These live reveals are always a good time. I love seeing how excited everybody gets. Come to think of it, these are like the moments where we are most unified as a community, aren't we? Like once the season starts, it's like we're all in our own maps and stuff, but at the season start, at the live reveal, we're all here, shoulder to shoulder, ready to see what GGG has been cooking up. 5 seconds, let's go.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers.
Hi, Jonathan!
On Path of Exile, and welcome to GGG Live. We have massive changes to show you today with Path of Exile Curse of the Allflame, which is coming out next week on July 25th.
Very cool.
Twitch drops are enabled on today's livestream, so you'll be able to claim your Abyssal Soul Shatter rare finisher effect.
Oh, look at that sword! That sword looks sick!
Let's not keep you waiting though. Roll the trailer for Path of Exile Curse of the Allflame.
We got drops live, by the way. If you wanted drops, we got them.
The Allflame calls
Tune in.
us to the sea.
The animation is crisp.
To a lost wreck that still draws ghostly breath. A curse.
What's our quality looking like right here? Oh, we're on 360p. Let's bump this up. Bump it up.
My lanterns. We can explore the sea floor.
There we go.
We must find
No, the audio corrupted.
Before the brine rot. Somewhere in the blackest depths, bounty and death await.
I might have to refresh it real quick. I'm gonna refresh it. That doesn't sound that bad now. It sounded cursed for a little bit, but maybe I can put up with it. Raise the volume, you can't hear anything? Okay, hold on. I need to refresh this. That audio is absolutely cursed. Please no ads, please no. No!
Yous all dealt with me. Traitors. Thinking I'm done.
Why am I having to watch this guy's fat belly instead of the fucking live reveal, dude? Why are ads live right now?
No chance.
Brother, pre-roll ads on a live reveal?
In today's stream, we'll be walking you through all the details of Path of Exile Curse of the Allflame.
Okay, cool,
You'll comb
man.
the ocean floor, discovering sunken artifacts of forgotten origins.
That was a chaotic
Fight
start.
the horrors of the deep, and do your best to keep from being crushed by the waters above you. We're revisiting some familiar mechanics to bring new life to systems that have begun
That's good,
perhaps,
that's good.
to show their age. Abyss and Legion will both be receiving significant upgrades, including a new pinnacle boss for Abyss and a new chase crafting system for unique items in Legion. In addition to revamps of the existing leagues though, we're also bringing back some old friends. The mercenaries of Trathus are making their way back to Rayclast. Then we'll explain our new endgame system, where you'll join Kirak in investigating anomalies appearing on the
I
edge.
can't even pay attention.
After
I'm
that,
still
we'll
laughing
discuss
in my
the
head
character
about
and
what just
skill
happened.
balance coming in Curse of the Allflame. Finally, we'll cover our new set of supporter packs, after which we'll have a live Q&A session where Ziggy D will interview Path of Exile's game director Mark, as well as game designers Octavian and Andrew, answering your questions from Twitch chat. After the live stream, we'll drop the full patch notes at 11 AM NZT.
Hell yeah.
So let's get started. I'll hand things over to Mark to introduce the new league.
Hi, I'm Mark Roberts, Game Director on Path of Exile. In Path of Exile
Hi, Mark.
Curse of the Allflame, a long-forgotten mystery has begun
Let's
to
go,
stir
it's Mark!
beneath Rayclast seas. Hidden in the icy depths lie strange
I should have
and
gave
immensely
Jonathan a
powerful
let's go
treasures,
too. That's not fair.
waiting for those bold enough
Now
to
I feel
claim
bad.
them. Meet Valerie, a dangerous Corsair
No,
captain
the audio
who
is
needs
still kind of
boots on the
borked,
ground
and it's
and on
not
the
even the
sea
stream's
floor
fault.
to help her
It's something to
retrieve
do with
these
my
treasures
browsers and
unlock
coder
their
or whatever.
potential. This is where you come in, to help her find the charts scattered across Rayclast. Then, use those to guide
Just
her
like a
ship
thing
to the
that
patch
happens
of
with
brine
Twitch sometimes.
that holds loot for the taking. In return, you'll get a cut of the profits. These lost charts are guarded by the undead, rival corsairs, or horrible creatures of the deep. Each of these monster encounters will also have a custom bonus for defeating the enemies.
Okay.
For example, successfully defeating
Ooh, he's
the
moving
accursed
fast.
undead that
Reeve?
guard this treasure chest
I'm a fan of
will
Reeve.
cause the grateful trap soul inside to grant you
That's
its
a
power,
good melee skill.
possessing you and granting you ghastly power for the rest of the area. Once a chart is in hand, you'll board the good ship, the Sovereign, Valerie or Val's reappropriated Oriathan naval vessel.
We get a boat?
Here, Val introduces you to the heart and soul of her ship, quite literally. Vesper, another Pondium native like Val, is bound to this ship.
Whoa.
His soul burns with the Allflame's curse, and were his comatose body to be removed from the ship, he would surely die. The silvery
Wow.
apparatus that lines the bows and eaves of the vessel
It's like an
allow
iron
him
lung.
to steer the Sovereign anywhere in Rayclast's waters. Using the chart you've brought, Vesper can navigate
But a
to a
boat.
location so you can scout it for Val, and while doing so, claim whatever treasures there might be. How, though, will you avoid a watery grave once sunk below? Vesper controls a spark of the Allflame, a powerful and mysterious magic, which has been imbued into a number of devices aboard the ship. Chief among them, the bathysphere.
The
This
bathysphere?
entirely safe and well-tested contraption of rivets, bolts, and metal will be your ticket beneath the waves to explore and plunder. While scouting the depths, in order to not need an ample supply of air, we're instead going to place Allflame lanterns.
Whoa!
These are
We're
conduits
going
of the power
underwater.
that keeps Vesper alive and bound to the ship, and give you the temporary safety you need to do that exploring. Without them, you will drown. The first of these is strapped to the bathysphere.
It's kind of cool,
and
man. I
activates
don't know.
on landing, rushing the
It provides a
water
lot
away
of
to reveal
choice. It provides a
horrifying
ton of
monstrosities,
choice, depending on
lost
how large
treasures,
the areas
and
are.
a strange luminous coral growing from the corrupted dead in the oceans of Rayclast.
I love the idea of it.
These strange growths are the real reason Val has asked you to plumb these waters.
Plumb?
As the coral
We're
can be
plumbers?
broken down into dead man sulfur, the fuel that keeps Vesper's light burning. As you get to the perimeter of
Ground
the
slam.
safety
They're
provided
showing
by
off
an
a lot of
Allflame
melee
lantern,
skills here.
Val will drop more down at your request.
I don't know if you've noticed, but they're showing
There's
off a lot of
also
melee
an option
skills.
available to have new lanterns fired automatically for you as soon as you need them, if you prefer speed over fine control. Explore
The coverage
and claim
on
what
that
you
is
can
insane.
while you can. Lost fortunes of gold.
They're also showing off two-handed
chests of
melee weapons a
valuables,
lot.
And lurking threats all lie in wait for you beneath the waves. You might even find the odd lost missive, waylaid on its travel to its intended recipient. But hey, finders keepers, right? Beware though, as Vesper can
Melee
only power
hype.
so many lanterns at once, and that power is finite. On placing the last of your lanterns, they will begin, one by one, to flicker and fade, and the creatures of the deep will rush in.
If there's a
as they
double
sense the
strike
vanishing
rework
of the
this
light.
season, I'm gonna
You'll
cry.
have to rush back to the safety of the bathysphere, escaping the cold clutches of creatures that despise the light you bring. You'll want to place every lantern though, as exploring to collect enough dead man sulfur is the only way to successfully chart the area for the next step, planning a voyage. Val will keep
Okay.
a record of the areas you've charted, storing details in her journals. Once you've charted enough areas, just talk to Val, place your charts on Val's board,
Uh-huh.
connect them together, and create one giant seafloor excursion.
Okay. What?
Each area you chart will reveal a special modifier
I don't
that applies when
understand.
it is used as part of a voyage, applied to either the charts adjacent to it or the whole voyage. Here are a few examples. This modifier causes all equipment dropped by monsters in adjacent charts to be converted to gold. This modifier will spawn
That new
friendly
reef
jellyfish
skill looks
alongside
really cool.
every pack of monsters in
Like
your
that. I
voyage,
bet you there's gonna be a couple
which
builds
you will
around that.
promptly slaughter for extra loot and experience, we're sure. This modifier causes all monsters in adjacent charts to be empowered by wildwood wisps.
Oh.
With
That's
9
pretty good.
positions on your board
That's
for
pretty darn
charts when
good.
constructing
Like
a
I got
voyage,
something stuck in my eye.
these can
Ah.
stack up fast. There are also charts which can take you to specially rewarding areas of the ocean floor. Fields of anchors strewn with treasure chests full of loot, Calguran shipments lost at sea, and sunken abyssal pits teeming with monsters, to name just a few. There are even some ancient artifacts you might find and resurface.
A crab claw!
Additionally, The edges of the voyage board track the currents of corruption flowing through the waters of Rayclast, with randomized effects being rolled with each new voyage to affect the charts placed adjacent to them. These add even further rewards to your voyages, and can shake up the way you choose to place your charts. Stack all of that together, and a well-planned voyage, with a bit of luck, can be a very profitable endeavor. But with so much loot to claim,
I'm not seeing
how
any
are you
divine
going
orbs.
to get it all to the surface? Val has a solution for just that problem. In each of the charts that comprise your voyage, there will be a capsule waiting for you, sent down by Val, which can store about an inventory worth of loot. Stuff these full, send Val a signal, and she will pull it back up to the surface.
Why is he
safe
dragging
and
it
sound.
over? Why are they not control clicking it?
Since voyages are built of 9 charts, that's a lot of opportunities to send back plenty of valuables. Once you're satisfied with the plunder from your well-planned voyage, find any of these capsule locations and call the bathysphere to it as your ticket out. Val will send it down to your rescue, as fast as she can. You just need to survive until it gets there. Good luck. Once you do, don't forget to empty all those capsules full of loot. Now, back to all that dead man sulfur that
What
you've
happens
been
if
hard
we
at
do
work
forget?
gathering. Is that just to keep the
it
Sovereign
go
afloat
away?
and Vesper alight? No, it's not. Once you've got a bunch of it, head below decks, and you'll find the heart of the ship at work. Whilst Vesper's body remains above deck, burning away in a contraption of tarnished pipes and corpse-stained glass, resides Vesper's soul, and you'll find him to be a pretty crafty fellow, if a bit melancholy. That's where this league's item crafting system comes into play. Give Vesper an item, alongside a currency that you could normally use on that item, and an ample supply of Dead Man's Sulfur. That item is then split into a multitude of ghostly forms, each of which will be the result of having applied that currency to the original item. You
Interesting.
can then pick which of the ghostly outcomes you like best
Okay.
to keep for yourself. The others will go up in smoke,
It's pretty
as
good.
Vesper can only reify a single outcome. This can be done with almost any crafting step you'd like. Want to see a few outcomes for that influenced exalted orb?
Wow. Wow. That
Perhaps
is
you've got a
really
particularly
powerful.
expensive fossil combination you want to get maximum value out of.
Oh yeah. That is
Do be
that
wary though,
is
as the more
super,
potent the
super
craft,
busted.
the more sulfur Vesper will require to see it done.
Yo.
That's not all, however, as the seafloor hides some
Yo.
yet undiscovered potential in the form
It
of
works
rare
on everything.
and valuable ducats. These can be consumed by Vesper to warp and twist items in ways not seen in centuries, such as Kishara's Ducat, which creates 4 ghostly copies of an item, each of which will keep 1 mod from the original, perfect for creating powerful crafting bases.
I'm not smart enough to know how powerful that is, but I think it's
The
busted.
Gentile's Ducat, which can solve item or gem requirement problems by changing one attribute to another.
That's
And Brine Hook's
that's busted.
Ducat, with which you can become an emissary of the gods of Rayclast. Who knows what these aspects might do? These Ducats
Cool.
come from special types
Very
of
cool.
charts,
New chase.
so keep an eye out for them on your travels
New
throughout
chase.
Rayclast. You may
Pantheon
even
powers.
find some that lead you to notably unwelcoming waters. So that covers the new league.
A
For the
Leviathan boss.
first time in Path of Exile, we're
I don't know what
finally
else to
going
call that.
under the sea.
Looked like a Leviathan.
Some might even say this is the first real boat league. But that's not
Oh,
all.
yeah.
Not even close.
No?
Next up, we've got an old favorite making a return. The mercenaries of Trathus are once again roaming Rayclast,
Oh!
looking for hapless fools to duel.
Oh!
Mercenaries will start appearing from Act 3 in San. Before beginning a duel, you'll be offered an overview of the
They're
mercenary
back!
you've encountered.
They're so
Here,
back,
You can see
dude!
the gear they have equipped and the skills they employ.
Yeah!
As per the Trathan code, you have the right to wager for an item the mercenary is carrying.
Let's go!
You'll stake some of your gold, and the duel commences.
Ah, that's so cool. I'm so glad they're back. I wonder what's changed about them. What's different?
If you lose,
How have they been
you
nerfed?
forfeit the levied gold, and the mercenary
about how
will
I get.
teleport out.
That's about how it
repulsed
goes.
at such a poor display. Win, however, and to the victor will go the spoils. In addition, if you win the duel, the mercenary will aid you as an ally for a number of areas. Trathan mercenaries are powerful allies to have in Rayclass,
number of areas.
assisting in a number of ways. Some mercenaries can provide you with powerful auras and buffs, while other mercenaries can do all the killing for you. While in map areas, if you don't like anything the mercenary offers, you have the ability to request their warrant.
A number
warrant is
of
a promise
areas?
to return and duel again at a later date. A call to action that calls that specific mercenary to a future map, with the same set of skills, but a new set of items. A mercenary will only grant their warrant once, however, preventing you from fighting that mercenary in every single area. Warrants also allow you to trade specific mercenaries to other players. It is important to note
I hate
that
it.
unlike in mercenaries
No, I
of
really
Trathas
don't like
Elite,
that.
having a mercenary does not count as a player party member. So having a mercenary does not increase monster life or the quantity and rarity of items dropped from monsters. Given that, you may be wondering, but what if I really like a mercenary I found?
Yeah.
They have a great personality and powerful skills. Is there really no way I can keep them as an ally
personality.
permanently? Well, you can, but only if you are a Scion. For the second
What?
time in 6 months, the Scion is getting a new ascendancy class.
Whoa!
The Luminary. The
Whoa!
Luminary is a natural leader, lighting the way for others to follow. Becoming a Luminary immediately lets them allocate the Noble Blood passive,
I don't hate it.
allowing them to permanently hire any
know what?
mercenary
That's
they
fair.
find in Rayclass. Luminaries can have up to 3 permanently hired mercenaries, 2
Whoa!
in reserve in towns and hideouts, and 1 as
Whoa!
an active ally in combat.
3?
Unlike with regular mercenaries, you can change the items permanently hired mercenaries have equipped, opening up innumerate
I know what
potential
I'm
build
playing.
possibilities.
I know what I'm playing.
By default, permanently hired
100%.
mercenaries cannot be equipped with unique items. But these passives enable them.
I
to
just went
equip
from being
specific
so
types of
disappointed
uniques.
to, oh my gosh, I'm on
While
the moon.
legendary arms passive empowers mercenaries that have many different unique items
That's
equipped.
amazing.
Luminaries have the flexibility of becoming a support character to their mercenary,
Yes!
having their mercenary support them. The Oath of Fealty and Golden Glory passives empower your mercenary
Oh my gosh,
by
it's
using
so
your leg skills
cool!
on them. The Loyal Bodyguard and Bestowed Knighthood passives enable your mercenary to protect you in combat, as well as enhancing their aura skills. As with any old league that we add to the core game, we have added full Atlas Tree and Scarab support. Here are just a few examples.
Okay.
These passives allow you to much more easily target the specific types of mercenaries you want showing up in your maps. The loot and
We'll see how
pillage
like
passive
useful they end
gives
up being, and
mercenaries a
we'll see
chance to
like
drop all
where
their items
those
when
nodes
defeated,
end up pushing
instead of just the one you selected.
the others
The
away.
Trathan Scarab of Renown makes it
Right,
so
like
the
it's gonna
spawned
change the
mercenary
location of a
is
couple of
covered
things,
head
but-
to tail in unique items. And
Super cool.
the Trathan Scarab of Infamy forces a more powerful, infamous mercenary to spawn, accompanied by 2 other mercenaries for a truly unfair duel. Unfair for them.
Got him.
There's even a few entirely new mercenary
'em, dude.
types, one of which is
That was
found
a good one, Mark.
exclusively
That was
on
a
the
good one.
seafloor in rare Curse of the Allflame encounters. Sellswords of Trathas won't be the whole of your problems in 329, however, as the denizens of the Lightless are getting some much
They're
needed
having fun.
updates
We're having
for the
fun. We're all
modernization
having
and
fun.
rework
Right?
of
That's what it's all
Abyss.
about.
When we brought Abyss over to Path of Exile 2 and Rise of the Abyssal, some functional changes to the mechanic were made to improve the gameplay
Okay.
significantly.
I'm holding on to my
In
chair.
Curse of the Allflame, the majority of those changes will be making their way back to Path of Exile 1. The existing
Be
Abyss
gentle.
content had some notable problems. Aside from being very dated, it also required the
Dated?
player to follow a crack as it opens, often backtracking throughout already cleared areas. Now, as you
you know, that
approach
was
an
kind of
abyssal
annoying.
pit, and the cracks leading up to it, you will find that it is already open and spilling forth abyssal energy into the surrounding area,
Nice.
subjugating the souls of enemies unlucky enough to be within its influence.
Nice.
Slaying these enemies will send those souls
Hey, wait, some of
spiraling
these
down into the
monsters look
pit,
familiar.
drawing the attention and ire of the minions of Kulamark.
I could have sworn I just saw one of those rare monsters
Slay
from
enough
PoE
of
2
them,
in here.
and the Abyssal Legion will spill forth from their domain to tear you apart.
Yeah. Wait, we are seeing some PoE 2 effects in this game now.
The upshot of this rework is twofold. Firstly, there is now much more visceral feedback in the moment-to-moment gameplay of Abyss, with audio and visual cues drawing the player along.
That's true.
And most importantly, you'll
You can hear it
never need to
activate.
chase a meandering abyssal crack around a map ever again. No more backtracking. However, be on your guard. The abyssal minions of Kulamark have some different tricks up their sleeves in PoE 1, and many employ entirely different skills to those of their PoE 2 counterparts. To be clear, there are still some aspects of the existing abyssal system that we will be keeping.
Like?
Abyssal jewels and items with abyssal sockets will remain.
So...
In fact, we have given Abyss a
it's
similar treatment to what we did with
PoE
Dell
2
fossils
Abyss,
in our last
but
release,
with PoE 1 rewards.
moving abyssal rewards out of other areas of the game to make Abyss the exclusive source of abyssal jewels and Stygian vices. This will also come with a complete refresh of abyssal scarabs and Atlas passive tree investment, with some truly dangerous and wild new ways to take on the lightless hordes. Lastly for Abyss, but definitely not least, Abyss is bringing an entirely new endgame pinnacle boss, with its own set of brand new unique items.
Oh, look at that scythe!
This boss has a very unique way of accessing it. What does this eyeball do?
That scythe
Good
looked
luck figuring
badass.
this one out. Let's move on to our next league being reworked, Legion. Every league should have
Legion
distinct
rework.
and
Okay,
interesting
I'm kinda caught
rewards
off
that are
guard.
exclusively available from that mechanic.
I'll humor you.
This allows players to specialize in certain corners of the game, rewarding those who engage
Legion
with a
rework,
given
really?
mechanic. Legion is
Is
next
Domain
on
of
our
Timeless
list to receive
Conflict
this
gonna
treatment.
say bye-bye?
Despite having a unique combat mechanic, we felt Legion didn't have interesting exclusive rewards outside of Timeless Jewels. While incubators were technically exclusive to Legion, they effectively granted the same rewards that you could get elsewhere.
Yeah.
So, what are we doing about it? Firstly, incubators are being removed. No longer will you have to remember to apply incubators to all your equipment every few minutes. Instead, we will be adding a new type of reward exclusive to Legion, vestigial unique items.
Oh, I couldn't read it
generals
in
and
time.
maps will have a chance to
I'm too
drop
slow.
a new type of
I haven't had
currency
breakfast yet. I'm
item,
sorry.
enshrouding crystals. These can be used on your unique armors. You can then take the enshrouded item to the domain of timeless conflict, which might look a little bit different to
And
what you
remove
remember.
the shroud to reveal the
A giant
item you
crystal
just
emerges
had.
from the center of the domain, and there appears to be some sort of entity
That would
trapped
be funny.
inside. Potentially the reason that these armies are engaged in eternal conflict. At the base of the crystal are a number of smaller crystals.
Okay.
Clicking on one allows us to place our enshrouded item inside.
My Shaper's
As
Touch!
we then kill monsters in the domain of timeless conflict, our gloves within the crystal begin to transform. And once you have killed enough, the crystal becomes volatile and looks ready to fracture.
It
I
does
wonder
look
what
ready
will
to
come
fracture,
out.
doesn't it?
Our
Fracture that
Shaper's
bad boy.
Touch transformed into a Malagero's Virtuosity. But now, the Malagero's Virtuosity has a trace of the original enshrouded item bestowed upon it, in the form of a vestigial implicit modifier. As you can see, enshrouding crystals allow you to transfer powerful modifiers from one unique item onto another.
I will need to think
Here are
about
some
that.
more examples of vestigial unique
Okay,
items.
they're gonna help us think about it.
Helmets, boots,
Ah, it's too fast.
gloves,
Doriani's touch. Oh, on face breakers!
shields, and body armors. In
All
addition to
sockets
vestigial
linked. Wow,
items,
Tabula Rasa
we are
on
also
a
making a number of small
1,000
improvements
ribbons.
to
That's
Legion.
pretty cool.
You no longer need to kill every last
Talk about a
monster
leveling chess
to
piece.
begin the Legion encounter. Breaking out all the key monsters, chests, and the majority of monsters.
Dude, Doriani's
will be
touch
enough
face
to start
breakers.
the combat
How cool is
automatically.
that?
No more cheeky single monster hiding in the corner, preventing your encounter from starting. Legion monsters drop fewer splinters, but in larger stack sizes, resulting in fewer clicks in each encounter. Unrelenting timeless emblems have been removed, with regular timeless emblems absorbing many of their effects, causing the domain of timeless conflict to become harder, but more rewarding as you kill monsters. Your reward progress in the domain is now tracked by charging up these small purple crystals, rather than flooding your screen with hundreds of reward icons. The rewards are still the same, just not obscuring your screen with symbols. Talismans were introduced back in 2015, but over the years they've been long neglected and lack a meaningful place or purpose. We are making a number of changes to bring talismans back to relevance. Firstly, talismans are now exclusive rewards from Bestiary. Every red beast has a chance to drop a talisman specific to that beast.
A talisman?
For example, the Krashik Croaker can drop the Croaker Talisman. What
Wow.
makes these talismans special? Well, you'll notice a couple of changes compared to old talismans.
Not corrupted.
Firstly,
That's a lot of energy
talismans
shield.
no longer drop corrupted, making them far easier to craft once you find one.
Wow.
Secondly, the special modifiers on talismans are now enchantments, rather than implicits. This means they compete with blight anointments, allowing their effects to be significantly more powerful than before. Here are a few more examples of new talismans.
Whoa, +1 power
Talisman
charges.
unique items have all been improved, and now have a chance to drop from all bestiary bosses.
Those are
Check
some
out the
crazy
new Eyes of the
implicits.
Great Wolf Talisman, which has some crazy possibilities.
Number
So
of
that is everything
specters.
covering the new and reworked
Wow.
League mechanics in 329. Now, that's already quite a lot of in-game content, with mercenaries returning, an upgraded Abyss, Legion's new reward mechanic, and of course, everything the Curse of the Allflame League has to offer. But even with all of that, we're not done. Because what about the Atlas itself? Given Zana's actions to try and destroy it in the last two expansions. Zana's actions are causing the Atlas to become
Zana,
ever
chill.
more destabilized.
Chill,
Strange
Zana.
locations have begun to manifest on the Atlas, many of which seem to be bleeding over from familiar places in Rayclast. Kerak has labeled these as anomalies. When you complete maps
he's calling
affected
them
by a
weird?
Voidstone, there is a chance that when you next open your Atlas,
Exile.
an anomaly may manifest.
That's weird.
Like this one, the Mana Foyer. Like regular maps on the Atlas, you
Check
can
it out.
select them at your map device. But unlike regular maps, these don't require an item to enter. It
Nope.
looks like this area is the abode of Cadero Perandus. Cadero is willing to offer valuable items in exchange for our gold.
He's back!
If you don't like what is on offer, you can reject it, and he will immediately offer another item. The next offer will cost more gold,
He's
but
back!
hopefully is much more valuable to you. If you don't have enough gold for the offered item, don't worry. Cadero is happy to wait
I
for
love
you
it.
to replenish your coffers. You can return to the area at any time. The anomaly will not disappear from the Atlas until you either purchase an item or reject all his offers. Anomalies are unique in this regard. Unlike other locations on the Atlas, these areas can often be revisited. Let's quickly run through a few of the anomalies that can manifest.
Thumbs up for me on that one.
Reflecting Mists and the Nameless Seer
that
no
is
longer
pretty
randomly spawn
damn
within maps,
exciting.
but instead now appear in
Finally,
their own anomaly
a
areas.
significant reason to just dump your gold
Scrying
and
is
POE
no
one.
longer the domain of the Nameless Seer, but instead can be done through the new, tradable Scrying Orb. Some anomalies
Ooh.
grant a taste of League mechanics you might not normally run.
It's kind of weird
without
having the
having to be
Nameless
fully
Seer do
invested
so
into
much.
them. For example, this anomaly creates a random, fully revealed heist blueprint wing, with random rogue companions. This anomaly has a version of the Sacred Grove, where the plants have fully taken over. This strongbox seems to have a strange mechanism.
Oh! More
Atlas
POE too!
anomalies are unaffected by your Atlas skill tree.
That strongbox is a lot of fun.
Augment them using
Deserves to
any
be in both
fragments.
games.
Therefore, they can be run at any time without feeling like they have to be saved for later to maximize the potential rewards. There are many more Atlas anomalies to discover for yourselves, each of them tied to a specific
I never
Atlas
get
quadrant.
anything good from.
It is therefore
those
worth
mirrors,
discovering
dude.
which ones can spawn in each
I've
part
written
of the
that
Atlas,
mechanic off.
as it
I've
may
never gotten
influence
anything
what
good
Atlas
from it.
strategy you wish to pursue. So that is a heap of new challenges to encounter, from the League and the in-game. But you may be asking, what new tools do we have to face these challenges? In 329, we are giving a bit of love to spellcasters, specifically those that cast spells themselves. But first, let's address the elephant in the room that astute players may have noticed. Yes, I'm talking about those socket colors. So, after the better part of 2 decades, in 329, we're making a fairly radical change. Sockets, at a basic level, don't have colors anymore. You can now put any colored gem into any socket. We're doing this to address a long-running issue for both new and experienced players. I'm sure almost everyone who has played before has run into the issue of finding a notable upgrade and have struggled to find a way to equip it. Maybe you find an amazing body armor, one that would give you a substantial boost to your defenses, but you just can't move your skill or support gems over because the colors of the sockets just don't
I want
match,
to clap.
and you didn't luck out with your chromatic orbs.
Wow.
It's not fun when you have to unequip a bunch of skills or supports just to use a better item.
It's a long time coming.
This can still happen with the socket numbers and socket links, so it's not like it's just purely trivial, but the colors were just unnecessary. And not only prevented upgrading gear, it limited build experimentation.
Wow.
So,
I'm at a
given
loss
that,
for words.
what do the colors on gems with regards to
Bravo.
sockets even now mean? Well, the colors on gems for sockets are still relevant, just as an upgrade system.
Oh.
You can still find items with colored sockets, and you can craft them onto items. They are just rarer and more powerful. Most importantly, they don't restrict what can be socketed into them.
Wow.
So how are they more
They
powerful?
turned every item
Well,
in the game
if
into
you
a
were to find an
Dialis?
item with, say, a green socket,
What does
you can
Dialis
put
do
a
then?
green gem inside of it to get an additional quality bonus to that gem.
I don't...
This allows socket colors
This is
to be
insane.
a purely positive outcome on an item, while not just simplifying the system away. You can also still change the color of sockets on your items using a chromatic orb, which now guarantees at least one red, blue, or green socket. This change will make it easier for everyone to upgrade items and maintain their build, especially while progressing.
Wow.
Speaking of builds and gems, we wanted to make sure we improve some of those, specifically for spellcasters. Let's get into that. Spellcasters have a large number of different skills to choose from, but often many skills play and scale in similar ways. We
Yeah.
have done a pass through existing spells, differentiating spell damage types from each other. For example, Shadow's physical spells, like Ethereal Knives and Bladefall, now have a much higher critical strike chance than other spells at the expense of damage.
Okay.
Pure lightning spells now all have generally higher cast speeds, but they cost more mana per second than other spells. We noticed that some of the ascendancy classes for Shadow, Witch, and Templar were lacking options for general spellcasting, so we've added a new notable to the Assassin, the Occultist, and the Inquisitor.
Nice.
We are also introducing a new skill, Mana Infused Staff, that infuses your staff with arcane energy, raising your block chance and reducing the mana cost of your spells.
Whoa!
In addition, when you are hit by an enemy, you
Yeah!
retaliate with a wave of arcane lightning, dealing damage based
Yeah,
on
that's
the maximum
awesome,
mana.
dude.
One of the struggles we noticed with certain self-cast archetypes was that they lacked a scaling option in the endgame. In 329, we're adding a special new set of exceptional skill gems called Pacts. Each pact is themed around a specific Beyond Demon.
Oh,
and
that's
Lycia.
cool. I don't even need to know what it is. I
You
already
can
know
make
what
a
it's
bargain
in
with
reference
these
to. I
demons
think this is really
empower your
cool.
spells. But at what cost, you may ask?
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
these spells don't have a typical cost, but instead cause the player to gain a special affliction debuff. Don't worry too much though. The rewards will be worth
You know,
it.
20% reduced movement speed. That's
For
not really
example,
that big of a deal,
Pact
depending
of
on what build
Baydak
you're playing.
causes many of your different spells to just cause a ruckus,
A ruckus, you say?
while Pact of Gore is for dot builds. Using this pact will plague your enemies. Just cast it and watch everything around you melt. I wonder what Pact of Lycia and Pact of Katash do. We won't go into the specifics of all the
Chaos
balance
dot
changes
skills
we are
really do
making
need
here,
some love.
but there
Hopefully
are
they got
many
some
more
buffs in the
caster
patch
improvements,
notes, man.
including
I'm telling
buffs
you,
to
it is a
specific
horrible
spells and
playthrough that I had
supports,
recently on
buffs
there.
to cast
While I
unique
was on
items,
like
as well as
a
more
pretty
and better
overpowered
ways to save
setup in
mana.
terms of what would
Check
be
out the
required
patch notes
to
later for all the details.
levels.
Next up, we're going to be talking about the new supporter packs for Curse of the Allflame. Today, we're
Let's buy
launching
'em.
two new
We're gonna
series
buy
of
'em
supporter
all.
packs, the Plague and Remedis packs.
Ooh,
Each tier
Remedis.
contains the pack's
Kinda
full
speaking
face
to me
value
with
in
that
points,
simplicity.
alongside several exclusive microtransactions.
I love that simplicity, man.
As always, the microtransactions in these packs are purely cosmetic and do not affect your character's power or progression in any
Send
way.
my ass to the fucking Dark
The
Ages,
Plague
dude.
series
Put
of
me in a
supporter
suit
packs
of
contains
armor.
7 exclusive microtransactions. Equipping the Plague weapon skin
I like the buckler.
replaces the default appearance of your staff,
Actually, believe it or not, I am a
sword,
fan of bucklers.
mace, or shield, with a weapon
I
that
feel
has
like
been
big
submerged
shields
in
just kind of get
corrosive
annoying
toxins.
eventually.
The Plague Rat Pet is the result of a nefarious experiment.
Oh, he's kind of cute.
When a unique enemy is nearby, it faints as a defensive mechanism to protect its fragile body so it can continue to spread disease. The metal of the Plague Bearer armor set has corroded, and the cloth has begun to disintegrate from being exposed to such toxic elements.
Cool.
It includes the Plague Bearer back attachment, which spreads disease across the ground and
I think they
town
nailed the
areas,
rusted look.
maximizing
or
the chance of
corroded.
infection. A diseased swarm infects your weapon when using the Plague Bearer weapon effect. Use it alongside the Erupting Pustule's rare finisher effect to spread vile and devastating disease to monsters you kill. Activating the Plague
looks
Wraith
good.
map
It looks
device
good.
causes the plagued energy to
That looks
flow from
crazy.
the chained being.
That looks
Given
like
the
something
goal
out
of
of
spreading such illness is to
Warhammer
end
40k.
the lives
Maybe
of
not
as
like
many as possible,
specifically, but
the map device tracks kills in kind, showing you the
feel like
number
it's
of
on the
enemies
same-
killed in each map,
the same
sorted by
tier.
rarity. Feel free to even pin the count of enemies slain in a map to the
portal was
leaderboard
insane.
at your leisure. Pair it with the putrefying portal to fully immerse
sorry, it was a
yourself
map
in the
device.
Plague
That's the
Propagator
portal.
experience. Both the map device and the portal emit such a potent putrefaction that even the birds flying overhead cannot survive, as they plummet to the ground around it. The Remedis Pack series also contains 7 exclusive microtransactions.
okay.
The Remedis weapon skin changes the appearance of your staff, wand, scepter, or shield.
I thought that was the one.
with
That, I
relics
think that
once
was the
used by
scepter.
the Order of the
That's the
Remedis
wand.
Knights against the plague.
I was like, that's a
The
huge
Midi Roller
one.
Pet is kitted out with all the supplies necessary.
Oh
for
my gosh,
healing
he's
in remote
perfect. Look at him.
locations. Strangely, these rowers seem to have a particular fondness for goblin meat. The Remedis Knight armor set is
He's
bestowed
perfect.
upon those tasked with traveling through Rayclast to purge the sick of their diseases. The matching back attachment cleanses the disease left behind on the ground in town areas.
that mean he
by
eats the
Plague
goblin
Bearer
war
back
troop?
attachment. It's an important job of a Remedis Knight to not let disease take over. Help by doing your part. The Remedis Knight weapon effect funnels the divine power of purification into your weapon. Return to the Saints' End Monastery hideout to recuperate from your purifying duties.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Once a thriving center for curing ailments, this monastery has slowly wasted away while lying unused. If you're feeling brave enough, there's even a platform to dive into the purifying waters
Wow.
below before washing back up at the base of the hideout.
Oh, that's so charming.
Last, but
I
not
love
least,
that.
use the Reservoir of Benediction Affinity Stash to store all of your elixirs. This stash opens to your stash tab with the Flask Affinity set. Additionally, all microtransactions from the supporter packs are
Not
available for
Red
use in
Mercs.
Path of
Dude,
Exile 2.
I'm playing
We're
Scion. I
looking
don't know
forward to
about
seeing
you.
which of you choose to become the plague and spread
Mercenaries
disease
are
across
back
Rayclast,
in
or those who wish to fight
busted
against it
on
by
Scion.
becoming a Remedis
Better
Knight.
believe I'm playing
Thank you
that.
so much for your ongoing support. We're just about to start the Q&A with Ziggy D.
Ziggy D, let's
Afterwards,
go.
We'll post the full patch notes
We
for
love
Path
a
of
good
Exile,
Q&A with
Curse
Ziggy
of the
D.
Allflame at 11 a.m. New Zealand time, 4 p.m. Pacific. With release at the end of next week, our community team will be posting crucial information you'll need for the release. Keep an eye on the news.
Awesome. Awesome. Just a week or so more and we're going to be playing this. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Needed to scrub my eye again. But yeah, that's I think as much as I could possibly ask for. There is a ton to be excited about. There is just a ton to be excited about. I hope you guys are excited too. Peace out, have fun, and I'll keep you updated on any other news that comes out for POE 1. Curse of the Allflame 3.29. You guys better get excited. Get your league starters planned out. See you next time.